Lovers, Aries Nation and their lovers, welcome to your February 2021 energy update. Yes, I'm not in my apartment back by the parents, so I'm doing this at 2 o'clock in the morning, hoping that Mr. Rocky the Rooster does not wake up. And he should be quiet because the rain is falling now, so let's do this. Now remember, when we're watching these readings for love, sorry guys, you're not just watching your sun sign. You're going to watch your sun, moon, Venus, and your rising sign. And then you're going to also check on your person's placements in those areas. Because when it comes to soul connections, the energies can definitely be flipped or vice versa, or even mirrored, okay? Right. So, Aries. And then you're going to listen to your intuition. And if there's a title that calls out to you, that's your guides trying to guide you to a particular message. Alright, so let's get into this. We're going to start with a holistic view of a person. Somebody loves you. Right, we're going to start with a holistic view of a person. And we're going to start with the higher self. So we're going to get a message from the higher self. We are going to get a message from the emotional body. This is my divine counterparts and separation deck there. And this one is my emotional intelligence deck. These have all been pre-shuffled, but I do it on camera for you guys. Alright, somebody is feeling desperate. I'm feeling jealousy from this card. That's what I'm feeling. Usually I get depression from this card, but desperate. That desperate is telling me some kind of jealousy. Let's see what your person is healing right now. And this is my Wounded Warriors deck. We're going to see what they're experiencing right now on their twin flame soulmate journey. It's my twin experience deck. We're going to get a message from, we're going to find out what's happening in their family dynamic. Whether this is actual family members or persons that they consider to be their family. And this is the Family Feud deck by our soul sister Tiffany. 160 cards. I have information if you want to purchase this deck. I have information in the description box. Okay, so let's get 2 cards from this one, or rather just one. I don't know what's going on, Aries. Murderous thoughts. Very strange indeed. And then we're going to get a message from their 3D self. What kind of thing is that? I can't get past that card. Alright, so let's get into this because this is interesting. Because somebody here is desperate and having murderous thoughts. I don't think, of course, that's going to be literal. Although it may be. You know, sometimes you do feel like, you know, killing your partner. Right. Yeah, this is really extreme. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. Alright, so we're picking up on some kind of third party situation now. It doesn't necessarily mean that this person is torn between 2 lovers. As in two human beings. It could be that they're torn between you and something that they love. So could be a job, could be, see the shit I'm talking about? Fame and notoriety. Maybe they want to be heard, like Rocky the Rooster. Could be you and their family. Okay, so there's some kind of dual allegiances that this person feels, or rather competing allegiances that this person feels at this time. And they're feeling desperate because, okay, guys, I have to pause the reading, okay? You guys won't be able to get through this. Right, so 10 minutes later, and it looks like he shut up, so let's continue. Yes, so somebody's feeling desperate right now, but I don't get depression or anything from this card. Particularly when we start seeing this murderous thoughts here, it looks like they're frustrated. There's these competing allegiances that they have, okay, and they feel like they're trapped. They may even be seeing you moving on, okay, and that is also letting them know that they have to make up their mind with some kind of urgency. They can't be here marking time and having dual loyalties. It's come to this point where they have to choose, okay? While they're healing, we're talking about poverty. Now, it could be the legacies of poverty. Maybe they grew up less fortunate than others, and there's certain things that come with that. You know, you feel a lack of security, they may have been a lack of opportunity, so maybe they never actualized in the way that they wanted to actualize. Sometimes poverty comes with other social ills, you know, especially if it's a single parent household. You know, the person who is in charge, the caregiver, might be working, 2 or 3 jobs, so there might be some kind of neglect that may have gone on there, some kind of emotional neglect, or even maybe, some kind of financial neglect, or kind of financial hardship. So there is that. But, it gives rise to poverty consciousness, which is that feeling that, one day something's going to happen financially. So there's never this feeling of being stable. So you're always trying to collect more, more, more. Sometimes you end up hoarding things, okay, and hoarding people, because it's just never enough. Okay, so we're going to dive deep into this as well. What are they experiencing on their twin flame soulmate journey? Union with self. So they are working on their self-love right now and trying to figure out who they really are by embracing their shadow aspects and the parts of themselves that they may have discarded, or I just heard disguised. All right, so this is them trying to be their more authentic self, and this is why they're feeling this urge now. They're feeling this push by the universe to make a choice, because one of their 2 competing loves no longer resonates with who they've always been, their authentic self, okay? And that's why they're feeling this kind of dissonance, yeah. Now we see murderous thoughts in the family situation, whatever family situation it is. Now, it could be that they're referring to the family your person grew up in. Maybe there was always a lot of tension, maybe even violence. Maybe somebody could have gotten murdered. I mean, these readings tend to be so wide and broad sometimes, right? Somebody may have even gotten murdered or assaulted in some way. But it always gives that idea of some kind of frustration in the home and heavy tensions in the home. So we're going to go look into this as well. Message from their 3D self. I get triggered all to hell when you tell me that it's over. So I feel this is what's bringing out this desperate thing. And now Rocky's friend has joined in. So for some reason, maybe you may have drawn a line, or you're not paying as much attention to this person as before, and have taken it that your interest might be waning, or you might be moving on. So I get triggered all to hell when you tell me that it's over. I can't bear the thought of not having you in my life. And this is what's making this person feel so desperate. I think they feel you're moving on. They may have even seen you with someone else. Whatever it is, this is sparking this feeling, because this is the Lovers. So they know this is time to make a choice. They've juggled enough and they know they've come to the end of the line. Okay, so let's get into these. So let's see, torn between two lovers. So there's definitely a third party, okay? Three of Pentacles. For some of you, the competing interest is a job, okay? Because Three of Pentacles talks about workspace, it talks about collaboration. It might even be a business partner. That might be your competition, okay? For your person's affections, your person's time, your person's energy. What else is here? Yeah, and they feel stuck there. They feel absolutely stuck there. But Spirit is asking them to face their fears and to make a choice. So this is where your person is at. This is what their higher self is trying to get them to do. To make a choice. They've been living in fear, stuck in a comfort zone, afraid of what's coming next. And Spirit is telling them it's time now to step into courage. Because courage, when we look at the emotional spiral, and I can upload it for you guys again, but it's on my community page, maybe like sometime last year, October. When we look at the emotional spiral, love only truly begins at courage. Everything else before that is all about fear. Okay? So Spirit is asking them to step into love, which is to step into courage, which is to face your fears. And sometimes these fears aren't even real. It's things that we've told ourselves, stories about ourselves and about other people and about the world that have no bearing on reality. Let's see this Desperate card. They're in a karmic cycle, a karmic situation, okay? And they're feeling desperate because the longer they stay here is the more they see there's chances of being with you slip away. Yeah. And it looks like as well there is some kind of financial struggle. Okay? So they're desperate for money. They see you leaving. And there might also be some kind of tension in a karmic relationship or in a karmic family setup. So your person right now, they're under pressure. But this is to ensure that they step into their power. Okay? This is your person we're seeing the process of your person being turned from a piece of coal into a diamond. Okay? So we have poverty. So this is talking about their childhood. Okay? This is talking about their childhood. Whatever happened there really made a lasting impression on your person because it made them feel unstable. And once a child is not secure, they can never feel a sense of stability until or unless they either heal those wounds, or most people try to cope by creating a false sense of security, and usually through the material world. So now that even their material world that they created is falling apart, they now have to address these issues connecting to this poverty. Let's find out what happened because of this poverty. Let's find out. Let's see. Spirit, talk to us. We have Four of Wands. So they're talking about it changed or it impacted on your person's perception of love and relationships. In what way? It made your person feel like a loner and like they could only rely on themselves with this Hermit in reverse. That's what I'm feeling from this card today. What else? because they never got support from anyone. Their caregiver was busy. That's what I'm getting. What else happened? They've always longed for this nurturing energy in their life. Whatever was happening in the relationship, in the dynamic at home, made them feel emotionally impoverished and maybe physically impoverished. And they've always longed to be in this position with this Queen of Pentacles, who is financially stable, but also nurturing and is being nurtured. They thought that they could get this by immersing themselves in the material world, but they didn't. And that is why they're being forced to face these issues. Their coping mechanisms are no longer working. So this is forcing them to face their shadow and come into unity with self. Facing all their insecurities, trying to figure out why they're so bored with life, why they're feeling so depressed, because this is a card of depression. Again, when we look at the emotional spiral, boredom is the first step into downward spiral into suicidal ideation. So this is what they're facing. Why do I feel so bored with life? Why do I feel so depressed? Why doesn't anything or anyone hold my interests? So they're diving deep. Let me get another card. Yeah, these are deep dive. And it's a deep dive into the subconscious. Okay? Because this is what the High Priest is about. The things unknown. The things hidden behind the veil. This is also forcing them to dive deep into their spirituality. Their spiritual self that they may have discarded for the material world. Now, oh God, Rocky, don't do me that, no, man. They're having murderous thoughts. Me too. Right now, I'm thinking about Rocky with some dumplings because he's messing up. Rocky, I'm messing up. Let's see, murderous thoughts. All right, so your person right now in a very toxic situation, a very volatile situation. And I think this is also pushing them to face their childhood, because this is the vibration of their childhood. This is the vibration of their childhood. Lots of toxicity, maybe even addiction, part and parcel of it. Okay? All their woundedness coming to the fore. They finally have to face it, because whatever they didn't face in the past, they're being forced to face now. So they are under pressure to release what no longer serves them. All this is happening so your person can heal their heart. Now they're triggered because they feel like it's over between you guys. We have this Ten of Swords. Now, in my readings, this is this Queen of Cups. All reverse court cards are karmic energies in my readings, okay? So this Queen of Cups is someone who's emotionally manipulative. Guys, let me pause this again. I'm sorry. Okay, he stopped for a while. All right, so what was I saying? Yeah, in my readings, all reverse court cards are karmic energies. And this one is emotionally manipulative karmic. All right, now it says, I get triggered all to hell when you tell me that it's over. So what I'm getting is that you have not been showing your person how you truly feel. I think you may have disconnected, or you're just not paying them the kind of attention anymore. Maybe you're paying attention more to yourself, okay? You turn that energy on yourself, and this is triggering your person. I'm not saying that you're emotionally manipulative. The Queen of Cups reverse, her heart is also blocked. So maybe you're cold. Okay, and they can't understand why that is, because they're accustomed to, and they may have taken your love or your attention for granted. Okay, and I feel that is what's also driving this desperation. Okay, because they feel you moving away, and now they're seeing a life without you. All the time you were there. Remember, it's the ones that are closest to us that sometimes we take for granted. So that you were there all this time, giving all this person all this love, all this attention, all this energy, and they just did not see what you had to offer until they lost it. You never miss the water till the well runs dry. So that's exactly what's happening right now. Now that you've retracted your energy, your time, your attention, all that wonderful love, they are now realizing what a gem they had in their hand. Yeah. You're no longer there. Your usual supportive self, that soft place for them to land. You're no longer there. You have just disconnected from this, and this is triggering your person. That's what I'm getting from this. So let's look at your person's heart space energy for you. Let's look at their heart space. Okay, so underneath the deck, we have 8 of Wands. So it tells me 2 things. 1, your person desperately wants to talk to you. And not just talk to you, but also to express how they feel. And 2, whether you think so or not, your connection is actually making progress, actually moving forward. Okay, because your person is doing their healing work. They're stopping all that coping mechanisms and distractions. They're actually doing their healing. Okay? All right, let's see the heart space energy for you. We have Knight of Pentacles, Virgo. We have, oopsie, that's you, Aries, the Fool. And we have the Tower, 2 major arcana in the heart space. So this tells me that there's a massive shift that is happening for your person, right? So because your person wasn't moving, Spirit decided to move them. So everything that they've built, that false sense of security, that false sense of foundation, okay, it's all crumbling to the ground. And that's what's making them finally face their shadow, finally face their woundedness. And this is you too, because Aries is a Tower as well. Aries and Scorpio. Okay, so it looks like between you and Spirit, you guys have broken down the walls of this person's ego, and they're finally facing themselves, facing their childhood, and this is bringing about a lot of emotional maturity and stability in your person. Now they are thinking about bringing a solid offer towards you. Okay, they're finally recognizing the feelings that they have for you. Before, I think they were denying their feelings. Okay, somehow you didn't fit into their scheme of things and the ideas that they may have had about where they want to be and their whole world and what they want it to look like. But because you've withdrawn your energy, your person is evaluating all these different narratives and all these different ideals. Let's get some cards on these. So we have this slow moving knight, the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what he's doing. He's laying down the baggage of the past. He's dealing with his childhood trauma, okay? His childhood neglect, all the baggage from the past that blocked off his heart to love. He's laying it down. Closing that cycle off. Yeah. He's recognizing it's his childhood, because this is a kind of a dysfunctional childhood, okay? A childhood interrupted, right? He's recognizing this is why he can't trust others. This is why he's never had successful or long-term relationships. His heart has been blocked. This is what his Knight of Pentacles is realizing. Now, your person is finally listening to their intuition. And they're realizing that they're not happy. And that this unhappiness is connected to a third party. Okay? Your person now, they want to break off this connection. Okay? In which they currently feel trapped. They currently feel limited. It's like they're not seeing the upward mobility in this relationship that they're in, or whatever situation that they're in. They're not seeing how they can make progress. They're seeing how it's keeping them stuck and it's keeping them trapped. So they want to listen to their intuition now and move towards Aries. Okay? They want to invest in this connection, but they know there's something in their life that has to change. For some of you, it's a third party. For others of you, they have to process this childhood trauma. We have the Tower here. Yeah, every structure that they've built is breaking down, okay? And it's breaking down because Spirit is orchestrating some kind of reunion between you guys with the Six of Cups. So, how are you blocking the connection, Aries? We're going to look at our circle of control. So, how are you blocking the connection? We have the Moon. This is Cancer and Pisces energy. All right. You have your own shadow work to do. And it looks like you might have been distracting yourself and not doing your shadow work. So I am going to pull some cards on this and see what Spirit wants to focus your healing and let's see what Spirit wants you to focus on right now in terms of your shadow work, okay? What else is blocked? How else are you blocking this connection, Aries? I'm just tongue-tied. All right. I usually leave these cards in, but this is a strength card. So there's something, you're not stepping into your power in some particular kind of way. You're still giving your power away. We're going to pull some cards and find out how. And then we have Page of Wands in reverse. Maybe you have blocked off communication or holding back communication. Or Spirit is also saying that there's something in your childhood that you aren't facing either. Now, Page of Wands is also a creative idea from Spirit. And this tells me there's a creative idea or some kind of spark of intuition that you are not paying attention to. So let me put this over here because I feel like these two might be connected. All right. So let's see the shadow work that Spirit wants you to do. What do you need to heal right now? I'll take 3 cards because it's many of you watching this, okay? All right. So it looks like you came from some kind of unstable structure as well in terms of your childhood. Whether your parents were separated or there was some sort of addiction or something going on in the home, whatever it was, you didn't feel secure there either, okay? Or you may have just come out of some kind of relationship, or you may have just divorced. There's some kind of a lingering issue from that Spirit wants you to process. We have a blank card, so I'm going to pull a card on that. Okay, Spirit is saying there's some truth that you're holding back right now. You are still hiding pieces of your authentic self. There's something that you need to say that you're not saying because you want to keep the peace. Okay? Let's get one more card. We have some kind of abuse. Now it says ritualistic abuse. So that usually tells me about some kind of religious or spiritual system that you may have grown up under that may have been abusive or manipulative in some sort of way. Who had this? Either Aquarius or Pisces had this as well. Okay? For example, people using the Bible to control others, Bible or any other religious text, to control others or to justify physical abuse. You know, we do that all the time, especially when it comes to physically abusing children. Oh, spare the rod and spoil the child. But some people just take it overboard. So there's some kind of abuse that happened there. Some kind of way that you may have felt betrayed. Okay? Thank you, Rocky. Some way that you may have felt betrayed in your childhood that's also preventing you from trusting in relationships. Okay? Let's see this Page of Wands in reverse. Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords. Spirit's giving you some sort of inspirational idea that's meant to help you step more fully into divine feminine energy, because divine feminine energy is about creation. Okay? And you have not been making a plan to bring this to fruition. And Spirit wants you to make a plan. I don't know what this is about. Okay? It's kind of blocking. So you not making this plan or bringing this into the earth plane is blocking the flow of your divine feminine energy. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. And then we have the Strength card in reverse. How have you been giving your power away? And it's clarified by the Strength card in reverse. How have you been giving your power away? Let's see. Right, so you've not been listening to your intuition and you've not been speaking up on some kind of particular issue. There's something that you want to speak up about in this connection, but you're hiding it. You're holding yourself back. It's part of your truth and you're holding yourself back. For some of you, it might be your spiritual gifts that you're hiding. But there's something that you are not talking about. We have a Knight of Wands. So it could be as well that this person has been in and out of your life, Aries, and you're not drawing that sword. You're not setting those healthy boundaries. You might still be allowing this person to play with your feelings, to transgress your boundaries. Take it as it resonates. So based on what we're seeing here, what can we expect will be your person's actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, Earth energy. We have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Four of Swords. So I think it's going to start out with them still going over in their head what they should do and juggling and not giving you any kind of offer or not apologizing to you. But then I see them taking action. Let's see what action they're going to take. I think there's going to be a lot of drama in their life because they're going to be speaking their truth to some sort of third party, some sort of competition from their past. They're going to finally be speaking up. Okay? So I don't know if you will hear from them because they are going to be sorting out their life. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? So you may not hear from this person because they are going to be sorting out the things in their life that are blocking this connection. Okay? So what is the advice for you? What is the advice for you? It says imagine in reverse. Let's see what that's about. Okay. So the message here is this. illusions and wishful thinking, rooted in a sense of lack. So you are also in poverty consciousness. Rooted in a sense of lack have entered your life. Now, my God. Now may be the time to now may be the time to see things as they truly are and not as you hoped or imagined they would be. Release any fear, which is what your person's trying to do. So you guys are mirroring each other because this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to release any fear and to face their illusions, okay? Release any fear, then envision anew. Perhaps you're anticipating that something fearful might happen and recreating that image of disaster over and over in your mind. The universe responds to these projections, so be aware of this catastrophizing. No matter what, illusions and awfulizing are a misuse of imagination. Clear the inner slate and stay grounded, stay real. Only then can you truly have what you desire. So you are very much like your person. Because remember, we saw that they were telling themselves false narratives and keeping themselves stuck with their beliefs. Spirit is saying you are also doing the same thing. You're not stepping into your power. You're not speaking up, or you're not speaking your truth to this person, or you're not setting healthy boundaries because you're afraid of what will happen. But Spirit is saying you might be surprised when you face your fears and release any kind of awfulizing or catastrophizing about a particular situation. You just might be pleasantly surprised. So don't be afraid. Just as this person is being asked to step into courage, so are you. Okay? Alright, my loves. Thank you for putting up with Rocky and I. Take care.